Hello guys, this is Peter Moore from the TaskCluster team. Today I will be talking to you about the TaskCluster generic worker. The generic worker currently supports running tasks under Windows. This is in contrast to the Docker worker, which is used for running tasks under Linux. The purpose of this tutorial is to dive straight in, to see how to create a task to run on the generic worker via the task creator. Please see the other tutorials in this series for related topics, such as
how to create a new Windows AMI to run your TaskCluster tasks, how to set up a new worker type that uses your new Windows AMI.
This talk simply shows how to manually trigger a Windows task via the task creator.
So guys, without further ado, let's open up the task creator.
Tools.taskcluster.net offers an array of tools which can be used to interface with TaskCluster. Please note that these tools are simple web interfaces around the formal APIs that TaskCluster exposes. These APIs can also be called programmatically. Therefore, anything you can do via tools.taskcluster.net, you can also automate. Please see the separate talk on
TaskCluster clients.
Did you say TaskCluster clients?
Yes.
to find out how you can interact with TaskCluster APIs from your own programs. Let's jump straight in and go to the task creator.
The task creator provides a simple way to create a task definition and submit it to TaskCluster. By default, the task creator will provide you with the following task definition.
This default task prints Hello World, but it is designed to run on the B2G test worker.
The B2G test worker is not a generic worker. The B2G test worker is a Linux Docker worker, so we need to change this.
Win 2008 R2-V1.
The Win 2008 R2-V1 worker is a basic worker type that Pete set up which can build Go executables.
You can think of a worker type as a virtual machine definition.
Each worker type specifies an AMI to use, which is essentially a snapshot of a virtual machine.
The Win 2008 R2-V1 worker type was created by spawning a Windows 2008 server machine in Amazon, applying some changes, snapshotting it, creating an AMI from the snapshot, and then creating a worker type in the TaskCluster provisioner that uses this AMI.
So if the worker type represents a Windows 2008 server with some changes, what changes did you make, Pete?
I installed the generic worker as a Windows service, and installed the Go compiler.
The Go compiler was installed so that the worker can build Go code. This is what we are going to do in this demo.
Please note the Go compiler could also have been installed as part of the task definition, but it would then need to happen every time a task is run. By installing the Go compiler on the AMI used by the worker type, it is readily available for any task that might need it.
Great, that makes a lot of sense. Thanks for explaining, Pete.
You're welcome.
Oh my God, you guys are crazy.
So guys, we've covered the worker type, but what is the provisioner ID that I see on the first line?
The provisioner ID is used to specify which provisioner should take care of creating workers. At the moment we only have AWS provisioner v1, so you should use that.
Okay.
The created and deadline fields are populated by the task creator with sensible values. Let's leave them as they are.
Yeah.
That seems to just leave payload and metadata sections. What do they?
You mean metadata?
Metadata.
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 Never mind.
The payload defines what the task should do. Inside payload you see there is a property called command. The command property provides the Docker worker with an array of strings representing a single command to run. Each string is an argument of the command.
Is that the same format that the generic worker expects?
No.
Who is that?
Sorry.
The generic worker is different. It expects a list of commands, where each command is represented by a single string. You can think of each string as being a line in a Windows batch file. Therefore, if you want to run 5 commands, you would supply 5 strings, one for each line of the batch file.
Okay.
You seem to pause there. Are you confused?
A little.
Okay, let's put some commands in. Set.
What does that do?
That will output all of the environment variables.
Nice.
Make directory go path. Set go path equals %cd %/ go path.
The double backslash is simply to escape the backslash as required by the JSON data format.
Oh, that is interesting.
Go get github.com/taskcluster/ generic worker.
Did you say GitHub?
Yes.
He means GitHub. Go install github.com/taskcluster/generic worker.
I think that should be enough.
Let's leave the max runtime at 600 seconds, that is 10 minutes, and should be plenty.
Is it possible to set environment variables to?
Yes, we can either do that with a set command like we just did, or like this.
env peat more.
This will set an environment variable called Pete to the value more.
Pete Moore sounds like a nice chap.
I like him too.
Okay, let's finish this all off with some appropriate metadata. Name. Build a generic worker. Description. This task builds the generic worker from source on Windows 2008 R2 and publishes it as an artifact to S3. Owner pmore@mozilla.com.
We can leave the source setting as it is. It just shows that we created the task from the task creator.
How does TaskCluster know to keep the executable it built, or upload it somewhere for us?
Indeed, we need to tell TaskCluster to keep the generated artifact for us. Let's do this now.
Artifacts.
This is a list, so we need to use square brackets here.
Each artifact is an object, so we also need curly brackets here too.
Type.
File.
This is the only supported type at the moment. Currently directory is not supported.
Path.
Go path /bin /generic-worker.exe.
Expires.
Let's set it to Pete's 38th birthday. 2015-08-19, capital T, 17:30:00.000, capital Z.
Notice that the task creator validates the JSON syntax as you type, so you can only submit valid JSON data.
Okay guys, let's run this thing.
Yay.
Blistering barnacles.
I'd like a bit of that.
As you can see, this task is running now.
If we click on the Run 0 tab, we can see the log files appear.
There will be one log file per command specified. Since we specified 5 commands, we will have 5 log files numbered from 0 to 4.
That's right. In addition, there will be one log file called all_commands.log, which is the concatenation of the individual command log files.
I like that.
The generic worker artifact has appeared, but is still uploading, therefore the state is still running. When it has finished uploading, the state will change to completed.
While we wait for it to upload, we would like to say,
We hope you have enjoyed this tutorial and found it informative.
we look forward to welcoming you at a future tutorial.
Bye bye, Miss American Pie.
You guys rock. Looks like it has completed now. Let's click on it to check it is available.